with fighting genocide. Somebody's trying to do harm to us. We got experience with this. So we got songs that we can bring from yesterday and today. We got life experiences. We got history to talk about us doing this. So we were built for this.
Check.
So someone saying you have to accept something that you're not, that no intelligent person would accept, and we say no. Saying no is what we have done for 400 years in America. Every time that something is coming, it's been every day to tell us we're not going to be self-respecting African people in a foreign land, standing our ground, and we stood our ground strongly. So I wanted to play that Gil Scott because I'm about to bring up a black man here who this wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for him.
Yes.
I'm bringing up a brother, the first person I called.
Yes.
And I have lots of people that we support, but when I said we got to do something to save our children, who can I call on the phone that I already know that they said before I call them? Yes. I need a warrior. I need a committed black man. I've known him for over 20 years. Every day that I've known him and seen him, that's all right, we want Fauci to fall anyway, but we'll be back out. Don't we want Fauci to fall?
Check.
All right, good. He fell. Didn't fall hard enough. I'm going to bring up a brother. He's going to talk to us about the Constitution. Now, let me be clear. For some black folk, you're looking around at us like, why is a black person talking about the Constitution? Let me be very clear. Where war happens, we got to answer the call. So it's not about our feelings. No, we have not been treated properly according to that paper, the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, go down the line. We have not. But for the brief moments of time that we've been able to look at it and stand back and analyze the quality of it, as a piece of paper and some ideas, it's absolutely fantastic. Now, if it just applied to us, I think it'll feel a little bit better to us, but the reality of it is in this time, in this moment, and this moment alone, I can say in my life, and I'm sure my brother will say this something similar to most black people. When this Constitution was written, we were not in a favorable position to have anything to feel good about. I don't have no good memories in antebellum, period. But now when I stand back and pay attention from the outside looking in, I'm gonna give white folks credit for something. This one time, for y'all that know me, I don't usually do this, but I'm gonna give white folks, some white folks out here, I'm gonna give y'all this credit, so hold it, because it's not coming a second time. But your forefathers, they weren't mine.
Check.
But that Constitution and them first two amendments, I understand. See, they said, they was talking for them, but they still was talking. They said if it's gonna be a free republic, then the first thing, there is no free republic unless you have the right to articulate your truth and speak it without consideration unto the consequences. If you're wrong, the consequence will be that people will decide they don't agree with you. But you still can bring it forth. So in case you have something that no one else has that could help the society and the republic, you're able to voice it and make the change. I didn't care about that because we didn't get that fair treatment in the past. I see the wisdom in it. Then they said something else. I got to give them two pieces of credit. They said, saying it is one thing, but you can say something, then you got to be able to back it up. What number comes after one?
Two.
So they say, just in case somebody doesn't believe that you have a First Amendment, the right to speak without being harmed or abused, I'm gonna let you have this thing right here. I don't have a real one, don't worry about it. I know that's it, it's DC, don't You gotta have number two. And what does number two say? I didn't understand it, I understand it now. If you have a republic where the people are armed, then you can't just take over from the top. If you really want to enslave that population and destroy it, you got to be willing to walk into the woods late at night and go and take armed people's rights from them who are organized to protect themselves. Which is why when I look around the world, everywhere we look, they're crying out for America. I never understood, but I see it now. Why? They're white in Australia, and they standing together, but they can't do nothing. Because after they get out of the streets, they go home unarmed, and the people coming for them are armed. They lose every time. I saw it in Austria. They begging for help. SOS, you ain't getting no SOS. Can't nobody come and help you now. This group is taking over the world. The only folks left are all the ones in this place that got number one. We starting here today, number one. We're gonna tell the truth, the mockery. We unafraid. And as black people, this is gonna sound strange, but we're gonna exercise our First Amendment right. He's going too fast. We're gonna have our First Amendment right to the Constitution. That's where it starts. But I'm about to bring a brother up who's gonna talk about the Constitution better than I can. I'm just gonna say this, just so everybody knows. We start with number one. What comes after number one? My body, my temple, my choice, my rules. We are not gonna allow anybody to come in and destroy our children and kill our future generations. It's non-negotiable. That's how it's gonna be. And with that said, a brother who knows far more about the Constitution and law than myself, I wanna bring up my brother, the man I call